I knew nothing about the GJDYC before I came to Canada. So that is how I found myself here.
Got it.
Yeah.
And who's our local representative? All right, we are back with Stephen, who is the local representative. Is that what it's called?
Yes,
not the president. I got it wrong.
Local.
The local representative for the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council.
That's correct.
And we are going to find out more about what that is even, and how it can play a role in your transition to Canada. How did it play a role in his or my transition to Canada? We can talk about that too. And just how you can get connected with this community. So first of all, what is the GJDYC?
Yes. So the GJDYC, the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council, it's an organization that evolved out of the Diaspora Advisory Board. Now, this is an initiative that was created by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where
in Jamaica.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we are actually associated with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is
Government.
official and stamped and everything, right?
Okay.
But we are not government representatives.
Okay.
We are people, a part of the diaspora, who engage and represent the diaspora. We talk about issues that they face and we share it with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs back home.
Okay.
So the GJDYC, our duties is to engage and to build connection, to rebuild the connection as well between Jamaicans who are overseas and Jamaicans who are back home.
Yeah.
So that's essentially the core of our duties, right? So one of the main initiatives is that we have a second, third, fourth generation Jamaicans who don't necessarily know about their heritage, who know about their lineage, that kind of stuff. So we try to reach out and to build connection with these people so that they're able to understand what Jamaica is like and to have a form of connection with back home, right? And another key factor is that international students, are people who migrate on a regular. These are people who sometimes leave Jamaica and a loss of connection, with back home. So we try to rebuild that connection and to re-engage with them again. Because our diaspora, it's a very strong community. It's a very large community as well. So through this official channel, we're able to unite and to work together to achieve many different goals that we have.
Cool. All right. So it is the Jamaican community spread out across the world.
Yes.
What basically come together to tackle these issues.
Because with the GJDYC, it spans the US, the UK, and Canada. We have representatives in all of these countries. That's the GJDYC. And then we have the senior, which is a GJDC. They span the same countries as well.
So not youth, okay?
Not youth. They're more seniors, and across Asia and other countries and regions as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And so you've only been in Canada for a little while.
Yeah.
But right now you are the local representative for this region. This region being
Canada.
Canada.
Yes.
Cool. This is a big shot, Yeah. So how did you get involved in this? Like, was it something that you knew of even before you came to Canada? How did you get involved?
So it's a very good question. I knew nothing about the GJDYC before I came to Canada.
Okay,
and then even when I landed in Canada, I still didn't know anything about the GJDYC.
Okay.
But one of the things that led me to the GJDYC was that I came in Canada in COVID. I don't know if you remember, but in Canada during COVID time, it was locked down.
I was in Jamaica.
Oh my, you're lucky. You're lucky.
I was on maternity leave.
It was locked down. You couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't do anything much. Being able to go to Walmart and speak to the cashier it was so much joy because there's no form of interaction anywhere else.
Especially when you come to a country where you don't have any friends or family.
Exactly. So it was definitely a difficult period. But the good news is that I was thinking of different ways of how I'd be able to meet people, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I thought about was volunteering.
Okay.
Now, there are different ways I could volunteer, but I weighed it and I measured it and I'm saying, what's the best way for me to do this? Because yes, it would be good to volunteer to help Canada, people in Canada and Canadians. But, wouldn't it be better to help my people? People who are like me, people who are going through the struggles that I'm going through. But I didn't know where to go. I didn't know how to go about it. But luckily, I went to Jamaica National, downtown.
Downtown Kingston?
No, downtown Toronto.
Jamaica National?
Jamaica National Bank.
What?
Yes, I went to Jamaica National Bank downtown Toronto to sort out some stuff, and I met someone there.
Jamaica National has a bank in Toronto? So if you have
No, they have a representative office, not a bank. Not a bank, a representative office.
Why?
Yeah, because a lot of us up here, we have Jamaican national accounts from back home, right?
Okay.
This is not a sponsorship,
but it could
be. Yeah. So we have accounts and stuff that we need to sort out. They actually have a representative office that you can go to and do stuff in downtown Toronto.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I went there to sort out some stuff, and I met somebody that was working there. Her name is Simone at the time, right? And I was talking with her and stuff. That was throughout the period where you didn't get to interact with people a lot. So I was talking to her, explaining to her the issues that I have and stuff, and I said, "Boy, I was trying to even find some stuff to fund me." And she's like, "What? No, man, let me see if I can make a few calls and see how I can help you out and that kind of stuff."
Okay.
So she called within the Jamaican community, and stuff, and then ended up finding somebody that would be willing to accept me, in order to help them with different things that they have to do.
And this is while you're a student or working?
This was throughout the working time now.
Okay.
It was throughout the working time. So luckily it led to me wanting to do things, led to it reaching to the Consul General at the time, who was a Lincoln donor. So he reached out to me, he was asking me, what kind of stuff I want to help with, what am I good at, that kind of thing. So I built a connection there where, different things that the consulate would have, I would just volunteer myself at my time. So there was a time when PICA came to Toronto, and they were having some stuff where helping people to sort out their citizenship, passport, and kind of stuff. I went there and I volunteered.
Okay.
So these are some of the things I just ended up just doing, just helping out, within the Jamaican community and that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So I guess throughout my commitment and my dedication and stuff, it then led to this opportunity of the GJDYC, where he explained it to me, spoke to me about it, and asked me if I'd be interested in something like that, what I think about it, and gave me the opportunity and the time to think about it, and eventually I made up my mind to say, why not just try something where I'm able to impact people and help people on a larger scale and a larger level. So that is how I found myself here.
Got it.
Yeah.
And he's our local representative. All right. So how did it? So because you didn't know about it anyway until you came to Canada, I'm guessing it didn't really play a role in your transition.
No, it didn't. It didn't at the time. So they had a structure and they had their stuff going on, but I guess a part of the issue that we currently face now for the GJDYC is, without proper funding, reaching out to people and marketing isn't necessarily an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it's really hard to build awareness.
Exactly. So right now it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to reach people as well as you'd hope or want to, but word of mouth and things like this, people would watch and see and say, "Oh, I heard about the GJDYC. Let me see what they're about. Let me see what,
Yeah.
So things like this.
Yeah, and I think that if somebody like you, anybody who, if it's helpful when you're coming here, you don't have any family, you don't have any friends, even if you have family and friends, right? It's network, it's your network, whether it's professional or personal network of people who have a similar culture, similar background as you, who may know things that you don't know yet about assimilating into Canadian culture.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you can benefit from being part of a community of people that already know.
Exactly.
So there's a why in the whole thing, which is the youth council.
Yes.
So where does youth start and stop?
So we start at 18 and it stops at 35.
So what to people that was over 35?
Oh, we have the senior council for those people. We have the senior council.
Everyone to be called seniors. Oh,
well,
we have the non-youth council, right?
Non-youth.
GJDC.
Non-youth. Non-youth.
So not the Y. Okay, so first of all, this is not something that I even knew about until somebody who watched me on YouTube messaged me on Instagram saying, "Oh, there's this thing with these people that did this thing. Do you want me to connect you with Steve?" And I'm like, "Sure." connect me with Steven, and they would send me like flyers and stuff like that because you guys had like a financial thing recently and stuff, and I share it.
I love my people, of course.
So that's how I knew about the GJDYC. Not that, I mean, on your own, of course, you can go and do things and really seek out community like Steven did. I didn't necessarily do that, and then I think once I got into the online space, you're getting busy with that. So it's good to know that there is this community that can help in different ways. And when we met, you have a lot of vision and initiatives that you want to carry out, which I think will be very helpful for our community. There's something that I keep on saying on camera, and now that I've said it, I can't take it back. I'm going to say it again, that I want to have a sports day next year.
Okay.
Right? Because part of being plugged into people who share the same culture is being able to share something that we once enjoyed when we were back in our own country, something that you don't have here, right? They have different things here that you can come and enjoy, but now that my little tot is in school, right? Her dad said, like, oh, we can't even go to a Father's Day race or not like that, right? There's no sports day. I just watched some videos of my friends' kids on school in Jamaica having a Christmas party, having a talent show, stuff like that. They don't really focus on here at this level anyway that I've been able to see. And there's no sports day, but you have a vision for even more things to even help new immigrants and people who are part of Jamaican diaspora here in Canada. So now you know about the global Jamaican Diaspora
Youth Council,
and then the non-Y one, the one without the Y. It's not for seniors, it's just not for you.
So you made a very good point as well, where yes, it's nice for us to connect online and to speak to each other and things, but one of the key important detail that we've missed is that personal connection is built through physical interaction as well. You know, so it's good for us to have that physical interaction. We meet and we talk and we laugh and that kind of stuff. It helps to build camaraderie and rapport and that kind of thing as well. So I think that's very important. In terms of initiatives that we've been having so far, I'm glad to say that the High Commissioner and the Consul General, they've been very supportive so far. They've met with the youth, we've met with them, and we've discussed different challenges that we've been facing. And what I can say is that based on discussion with the young people within the community, one of the key issues that we face in Canada is stability. And stability in terms of our immigration process, right? You know, you can't have a peace of mind if you're worrying about the next step and don't know what to do with the next
years,
step,
literally.
Right? So it's not our main objective, but it's one of the things that we want to help to address, right? Because if Jamaicans aren't stable, how do we get them to give back and help Jamaica itself? Right? So the more stable Jamaicans we have in Canada, in the US, in the UK, the more Jamaicans we'll have to help us to work towards Vision 2030. You know, so we have to think about these things, and these things are very important as well.
Yes, good point, really good point. So for new immigrants, right, or even not even new, right, because I'm not new and I'm interested, I want to go to the Christmas party, I'm going to the Christmas party, How do new immigrants, old immigrants leverage communities like the GJDYC for a smoother transition into Canada?
Okay. So within the GJDYC, we've had a few programs where we try and provide things that are core to people's transition process, especially, and how the things that they do within Canada itself. Now, we've had a financial advisory webinar so far.
Yes, I saw that. I shared it on my story.
Yes, so that's one of the things that we've done so far. We have the upcoming Christmas dinner where we're offering spots to different international students. You know, it's a season of togetherness and giving, and a lot of us, like myself, may not have family within Canada, but we're offering that space and area where we can come together, you know, and to even share a meal, and then we can provide care packages for people who don't even have enough. So that's some of the things that we're going to do, right? You know, we have some upcoming stuff where how to prep for winter in Canada. You know, winter isn't as easy. It's not a smooth or easy thing within Canada. It's different. It's something completely different. So we're having series on how to prep for winter, how to handle it, the different things that you do, how to handle the loneliness and isolation. These are many different things, you know. So these are things that I'm thinking that new people who don't necessarily know what to do or how to do the things that they need to do, or even where to go, you know, the GJDYC is the right place for them to go to gain that knowledge and to learn more about how to handle the transition process within Canada, and even after handling and resolving the transition process, life in Canada
afterwards.
Because the ultimate goal is for us to build a Jamaican community, and not a regular Jamaican community, but a community where an engaged community where we look out for each other, we help each other, we build each other to be better people. So that's our ultimate goal.
Awesome. And how do they find you? How do they find the GJDYC?
So
apart from getting a DM in Instagram.
so currently, there isn't a website, but there's an email address that they can email, which is GJDYCcanada@gmail.com. Or there's also an Instagram page for the global GJDYC, or people can actually message me themselves, on Instagram at Getting Cultured. I don't mind because
his last name is Getting.
Yes.
Right? I like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wanted to be a travel vlogger, but it didn't work out.
Hello, you're young. You can't be talking about his old age. He's talking about people my age. He's so young. You still have time to be a travel vlogger. Yeah. You're in Canada right now. You vlog about being in Canada.
So people can message me. I don't mind, because the passion for me is to be able to share with others, I want their life to be easy and not to be like what I have went through,
Yeah.
Because I go through the struggle mean that you have to go through it too. We have people who have gone through it and know the process and are willing to help the new people who are coming. And that is one of our ultimate goals, where we try and help the community and build up the community here, and we want to build something that is sustainable.
Yes.
Right? So at the end of the day, we can have a strong diaspora community, and then Jamaica can be even more strong globally.
Yes. Right. So connect with Stephen. Everything's will be linked. Things will be on screen. I'll put a spot for this on my website coming in 2024, just so that people can access the GJDYC, because I think the initiative is good.
Yes.
I think community is important, way more important than you think. And I mean, of course, it's the Jamaican diaspora, but I mean, is there space for other Caribbean countries to like?
Well, there's one thing that I've learned, and I like it when I hear it. So I've heard it being said already, where we're not only welcoming to Jamaicans, but friends of Jamaica, and I like that. So I think I'm going to use that as well.
Cool.
So we welcome friends of Jamaica as well.
Yes. And what kind of events can they look forward to in the new year? So I know Christmas party is coming up, so that's an annual thing that they can look forward to.
Annual, wow.
Okay, so that's a hopeful annual thing. Christmas come every year.
So this is our first Christmas dinner, right? GJDYC.
Okay.
This is the first one.
First ever.
Okay,
well, it's a good idea.
So we don't have funding and stuff. So we've been partnering with long-standing diaspora supporters.
Okay.
So people like Jane, people like Grace. Okay. So we've been partnering with these people. They've been very supportive to the young people within Canada.
Good.
And with the Jamaican community.
Okay.
So if we can find something that is sustainable, then sure, we can do it annually.
Yes.
But so far, let's test the first one and see. And if it goes very well, then I'm all for it. Every year going forward, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Now, the new programs that we have, upcoming programs in 2024, we want to have some more cultural programs as well.
Okay.
Teaching people about the Jamaican history, about the Jamaican culture, about their heritage, where we're coming from, what we're capable of. We want to have some more programs related to handling the winter in Canada, especially because I think mental awareness is not talked about as much as it should be, right? So how do we handle the isolation of winter and being home every day, not being able to leave the house?
Sky is gray.
Yes. So these are some of the things that we want to do as well. And then also, I'm looking forward to the sports day. I'm looking forward to the sports day. Definitely.
If you are an event planner, I need one, because I'm not trying to be an event planner.
Yes,
I just want to show up.
I would love for us to work on the sports day to make it something very big. And not just a sports day, Olympics. I want to have a Jamaican Olympics in Canada.
Not next year. I don't know about that. Not next year, but we will work towards something like that. Yes. So I'm looking forward towards sports day next year too.
Yes.
And having the Jamaican diaspora be part of it, because I'm floating that, and bringing our culture back in. I just came from Jamaica actually, and I visited my alma mater, which made me so excited to be like.
Which school is that?
St. Hilda's, the
Okay.
other purple one, lavender, lilac. And then, I spoke to the sixth formers. I'm working in immigration, which is nice. And, when you're in it, in high school or whatever, you're just dying to leave.
Yes.
But then when you grow up and you miss lunch money and those things.
Miss the class breaks.
Yeah,
and
miss not being an adult.
Yeah.
And you visit, you go back, you appreciate things a lot more than you did when you were there. And we're there, and they stood up and they said the evening prayer. I'm like, geez, I miss that.
Yes.
I miss devotion.
Yeah.
I miss evening prayer. Like right now in the culture here in school, having a little girl in school now,
really different.
It's different, and they have to be politically correct. They can't offend anybody, so you can't say I want little prayer or nothing like that. So I miss that, and the girls, their mannerism. This lovely lady gave a vote of thanks, all of that stuff. Like I miss it. I miss walking past somebody and they say good evening to you, which is not the culture there. Here, it's not the culture here. So I'm excited for what you have in store for the GJDYC.
GJDYC.
I always get it right in my head, and then it doesn't come out necessarily right. But I'm excited for what you have in store for the community, the GJDYC, and gunning for your support, your continued support, and looking forward to what our sports day will be. So we are going to shift next into expectations versus reality in Canada in the next episode. So if you're watching this for the first time, this is episode 2. Go back and watch episode 1 and see episode 3 next week Sunday. And remember to subscribe, like, share, spread the word about the global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council. If you're a Jamaican, if you're coming here, plug into the community, and we will see you in the next video.